The cell was small, but not cruel.
Who
Concrete walls,
are you?
a narrow bed, a barred window that let in a thin ribbon of moonlight. Malik lay awake on his back, staring at the ceiling, listening to the hum of the building settling into night. He wasn't afraid of the dark. He was afraid of what the dark might reveal. Tonight, it revealed something new. A faint shimmer gathered in the corner of the room. Not cold, not warm, but aware. Malik sat up slowly, sensing a presence before he saw it. The air thickened, then parted, and a towering translucent figure stepped forward. It wore the uniform of a guard, but its eyes were not human. They glowed with memory. Malik's breath caught. He didn't move. The figure didn't either. It simply stood there, massive and silent, as if waiting for him to recognize something he had forgotten. He whispered, barely audible, "Who are you?" The figure did not answer. The moonlight flickered. The air hummed. And Malik realized this night would not be like the others. The figure was enormous, twice the height of any guard Malik had ever seen. Its uniform was crisp, but its edges dissolved into drifting vapor, as though it were made of breath and memory instead of flesh. It didn't speak. It didn't move. It simply watched him. Malik felt no threat, only scrutiny, deep, ancient, patient. The ghost raised a hand, not to strike, but to illuminate. A beam of golden light unfurled from its palm, soft at first, then brightening until symbols appeared on the walls around Malik, spirals, circles, branching lines like family trees. Malik didn't recognize them, yet somehow they felt like his. The ghost lowered its hand. The symbols faded. The room returned to stillness. Malik swallowed hard. "What do you want from me?" Still no answer, but the ghost's presence pressed gently against him, like a hand on the shoulder of someone who has been alone too long. Malik lay back down, eyes open, watching the figure until sleep finally pulled him under. The ghost remained standing, watching, waiting. The light returned the next night. Malik felt it before he saw it. A warm hum in the air, a soft pulse behind his ribs. He opened his eyes to find the ghost standing over him, its hand raised once more. The beam of light expanded, filling the cell with a low, resonant vibration. Malik's breath slowed. His eyelids fluttered. The walls dissolved. He was no longer in the cell. He stood barefoot in a vast desert under a sky swollen with stars. The air was cool, the sand warm beneath his feet. The ghost stood beside him, towering, silent, luminous. In the distance, a caravan moved, people carrying stories, burdens, memories. Malik felt a tug in his chest, a pull toward them, as if he belonged among them. The ghost pointed toward the caravan. Malik took a step. The vision shattered. He was back in the cell, heart pounding, breath sharp. The ghost still watching him with those impossible eyes. Malik pressed a hand to his chest. "What are you showing me?" The ghost did not answer. But Malik knew this was only the beginning. Malik woke before dawn, unsure whether he had dreamed the desert or lived it. The ghost stood in the same corner as always, silent and massive, but something about it had changed. Its uniform, the badge on its chest, the one Malik had stared at night after night, was gone. In its place was a blank patch of fabric, smooth and untouched, as if it had never held a name. Malik sat up slowly. "You're not a guard," he whispered. The ghost tilted its head, the motion slow and deliberate, like a creature remembering how to mimic human gestures. Malik stood, heart pounding, and stepped closer than he ever had before. The ghost didn't move, didn't retreat, didn't threaten. He reached out a hand. His fingers passed through the uniform, not cold, not warm, but thick, like moving through fog that remembered being solid. Images flickered inside the ghost's body, a hallway, a childhood bedroom, a man shouting, a boy hiding, a door slamming shut. Malik jerked his hand back. These are my memories. The ghost didn't answer. It didn't need to. The disguise was fading, and the truth was beginning to show. The next night, the ghost didn't appear in the corner. It appeared in the center of the room. Light radiated from its chest, forming a circle on the floor, a perfect ring of gold. Malik stepped into the circle. The cell dissolved. He stood in a long corridor lined with doors. Each door bore a symbol, a spiral, a broken line, a flame, a handprint, a cracked mirror. The ghost stood behind him, silent, waiting. Malik opened the first door. A memory swallowed him. He was 12 again, standing in the kitchen while his parents argued. The words were muffled, but the emotion was sharp. Fear, shame, helplessness. The vision collapsed. He returned to the corridor. Door after door. Memory after memory. Pain after pain. With each memory, the ghost grew smaller, as if Malik's willingness to face himself was shrinking the distance between them. When the final door closed, Malik stood trembling, exhausted, but lighter than he had ever felt. The ghost placed a hand on his shoulder. For the first time, Malik didn't flinch. Malik woke gasping. The visions had drained him, hollowed him out, left him raw. He sat on the edge of the bed, head in his hands. The ghost appeared beside him, not towering, not distant, but almost human-sized now. "Why are you doing this to me?" Malik whispered. The ghost touched his forehead. A storm erupted. Wind howled. Rain lashed his skin. Lightning split the sky. A younger Malik stood in the center of the storm, crying. "You left me," the boy said. Malik fell to his knees. "I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to stay." He pulled the boy into his arms. The storm shattered. Malik collapsed, sobbing, not from fear, but from release. The breaking point wasn't destruction. It was the beginning of healing. On the 7th night, Malik finally asked, "What are you?" The ghost stepped forward. Its uniform dissolved into light. Its form softened. Inside its body, Malik saw memories, his own, swirling like constellations. The ghost spoke without sound. "I am the part of you that remembers. I am the part of you that watches. I am the part of you that waits for you to return." Malik felt tears rise. "You're me." The ghost bowed its head, not in obedience, in recognition. Malik reached out. This time, the ghost felt warm. The next night, Malik found the cell door open, not physically, but in the vision. The ghost stood beside it, smaller now, almost equal in height. Malik stepped through. He entered a hall of mirrors. Each reflection showed a different version of himself. The boy who loved drawing, the teenager who hid behind anger, the man who made a terrible choice, the man who wanted to change. At the far end, he saw a reflection of himself standing tall, unburdened, steady. He touched the mirror. The reflection smiled. The hall dissolved. The ghost came one final time. "You're leaving," Malik whispered. The ghost placed a hand over Malik's heart. Light flowed inward, warm, steady, grounding. "You don't need me anymore. You can watch yourself now." The ghost dissolved into a shimmer of light and was gone. Malik woke before dawn. The cell felt different, larger, lighter. He walked to the wall where the symbols had once glowed and placed his hand on the cool concrete. "I remember," he whispered. Not the visions, not the ghost, not the storm. He remembered himself. He wasn't free yet, but he was no longer imprisoned. The first light of morning slipped through the bars. For the first time, the cell felt like a beginning. Final message, a dedication to the souls of humanity. Every life carries a cell of its own, a quiet room where memories echo, shadows gather, and the past waits patiently to be acknowledged. Malik's journey is not just a story of one man confronting his inner watcher. It is a reflection of the human path we all walk, often silently, often bravely. We are each shaped by the storms we survived, the choices we made, the moments we regret, and the memories we carry. Yet within every person lives a light that refuses to disappear, a presence that watches, waits, and believes in the possibility of becoming whole again. This story is dedicated to that presence within you, to the part of you that remembers who you were before the world taught you fear, to the part of you that still hopes, even when hope feels distant, to the part of you that knows healing is not a destination, but a return, to the part of you that understands humanity's destiny is not written in our wounds, but in our willingness to face them. May you recognize your own watcher, not as a ghost of judgment, but as a guardian of your becoming. May you walk toward your future with the courage to meet every version of yourself along the way. And may you know, in the quiet moments when the world feels heavy, that you are not alone in your journey. This is for every soul learning to rise, every soul remembering its light, every soul shaping the destiny of humanity through the simple, powerful act of healing. May your story lead you back to yourself,